Okay, so MilkCan9 is a tool that helps you create rosters and make fair teams for drop-in sports. So this is kind of your Tuesday night hockey rental, your noon basketball drop-in, where you don't really keep the same teams every week, but you kind of have a regular crew of people that show up and play. So MilkCan9 is a tool to make fair teams instead of just throwing sticks or throwing shoes and having random teams, which tend to be lopsided. So MilkCan9 just helps track your rosters, and then you can input the score after the game to just kind of track wins and losses per individual player, so that there's something to play for. So taking a look at it here, we'll just go to MilkCan9.com and register. So when you first log in, there's just no leagues. First thing you'll do is just create a league. So maybe this you would call Sunday night D skate or something. And let's say in this skate, you kind of have a regular crew. So your organizer, your captain can just kind of manage the roster in that situation. So I'll go ahead and just add all the players here, which you just have to do once. So after you add your players in your player list, it'll just show a list of your active players. So here we have 22 players for just kind of a hockey. So after you have your players added, when you're maybe the day of the game, you'll just create a game. It'll just default to black versus white. And then here is where you can set up your rosters. So you could do a draft, but a draft is pretty tedious. So the way I do it is just pick just two captains that are equal or close to equal skill level, and then I just make the teams and then let the other captain pick a team. So that way, there's something to play for, and kind of a win is meaningful, and everyone can kind of believe that a really valid attempt was made to make fair teams. So this app just kind of lets you drag players around and make your roster, make trades across, make sure you have a goalie on each team. However you want to make teams, make your teams, and then you can just take a screenshot of this, send it to the other captain, and let them pick a team, or you can just randomly assign the captains as well. But let's say I thought these teams were fair. I would just text this to the other captain. He would say, I want to be on white. So I'd put him on white, put me on black, and then if I just click this share roster button, that'll save it to my images. So I can just go grab that and send it to the group chat, just before the game. So you should be able to make rosters, within 15 minutes or short order of time, unless you want to do a draft, but that's time consuming. So what I usually do is just create the teams and let the other captain pick a team. So then you go play the game, and then after, just put in your score. So let's say this was a 6-4 game, and then after that, it'll start compiling those stats. So here we have kind of the individual stats of the players. So after the game, I can save that image again to my photos, and then just again send the stats to the group chat. So it just gives guys something to play for. And then you play your next game, Let's create it for the next Sunday here. Black versus white again. And let's just say, Lilia and Lebda are out this week. And you can add in your new players because you typically have guys in and out every week. So you can just quickly add your new guys. And then, once you have the right amount, make your teams again. Take off your captains again. And, trade players, whatever you got to do to make fair teams here. Screenshot, send to the other captain. Just the same process over and over again here. Share that roster again. Then let's say we do another score here. Say this game was 6-5. And then now when I go back to the league, we can see we have kind of a mixed, more of a mixed set of stats here. Some guys are 2-0, some are 1-1, some are 0-2. So just kind of a fun little thing to play for. In addition to having fair teams. So another that's probably the minimum you need to know about it to make it work. But another interesting thing that I found in trying to make these fair teams is what I call the impact rating. So this is just trying to put a number on every player. Because actually, in my experience, just kind of glancing at rosters and trying to figure out what team is better is actually pretty hard. But I found it to be more effective to try to put a number on each player. So what I call impact rating here is if you lost an average player in the league off your team and replaced them with this player, what would the impact be on the score differential? So basically in this, like a really good player would be like a plus 1.5 or a plus 2, and then a really bad player would be a minus 2. So you can go through here and it'll be ordered by player effectiveness. So you can just go through and rank all your players. So I'll just click through here. But you'll get a pretty opinionated pretty quick when you start tracking scores and just seeing what guys do. You'll arrive at an opinion pretty quick on what players are contributing to the score differential. So basically, it'll probably look something like this, where you have a couple outstanding players and a couple on either end, and then most guys are somewhat in the middle, but there's still gaps in between players, and most people are able to kind of see that. But then what this does is it helps you just add those up when you make your teams. So if I go create another game, let's just say on Wednesday, and I distribute the players here. You can see our random resulted in a 7-goal favoring white. So let's just take our captains off here. And what I found most effective is just to get this is to just go here, make sure you get your impact ratings all right, and then just even out the numbers, and don't even try not to look at the players and just make trades until you get it to add up. So if we have a 3-goal favoring white, we basically want to make a 1.5 trade, making white worse. So we'd probably give them, give them Zetterberg, take Rafalski or something. So we got it down to 0.6, so now we need like a 0.3 trade. So maybe you do like Filppula for Hasek. Well, we actually needed to get goalies separated anyway. So now we're down to like we need like a 0.1 trade. So you just kind of go through this and get it as close as you can, and then let the captains pick. So let's say, just send this to the other captain, let them pick a team. That's just what I do. Then that's just a fair way to do it. So I found that impact rating to be pretty effective for making fair teams. One last feature that you might find effective is for a type of skate where it's just kind of open skate. You really don't know who's going to show up at all. You don't have like guys committed week to week. It's just show up type skates. You can use a player portal. So I can just generate this portal link, copy it, paste it in the group chat, and then when guys click on that, they'll just get this simple interface. So what you do actually before the skate is just deactivate everyone and then send that link out. And nobody's signed up, and they don't have to sign into MilkCan or anything, but they can just search their name, add themselves, add their buddy, or add a new player. So it's easy for just kind of your open skates to get the players signed up, and then that way, so a bunch of guys will sign up here. And then when the organizer, just half hour before the skate, just go in, create your new game, and you'll have your players that indicated that they're going to show up. So it just you can make teams again, just like before. So yeah, that's kind of most of it. I've been using it for 6 skates so far, and I found it to make the teams fairer for sure, and then it just raises the level of competition, and it seems like guys are enjoying it and having more fun and playing harder, playing to win, and it's just a funner way to play when there's a little bit something on the line with fair teams. So that's the intent of MilkCan9.